Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Dynamite Headdy. I actually kind of forgot about this little bit at the end here. This mysterious pink puppet lady is going to come up and take the key from us and distract Headdy with her, you know, womanly charm and all that, so... she took that from us, and Headdy's a little bit confused, but for now there doesn't really seem to be anything we can do about it. So now let's actually continue on into Act 3, which is going to start with 3-1 Down Under. Now this is where the game is going to start getting a little bit more difficult and a little bit more annoying. You can actually see Trouble Brewing up there looking back at us, but basically as we move along here, as you can see, these platforms are going to start sort of tilting up and down, giving this a very, very strange three-dimensional effect that I don't really even think works that well. But anyway, if the... those things are really annoying. I want to take that thing out. Basically, obviously, as you can see, when these things go down, you're going to slide down on them. So you really have to keep that in mind as you're trying to stay alive here. Get that health recovery there, which is pretty easy to get to. So I also usually just don't even worry about those point bonuses here, because this is hard enough to get through as it is. And, of course, I fell. So there you go. Alright, now here we're going to have to destroy a bunch of these guys that are on these helicopter-type things. They're going to drop bombs down on you. They're pretty easy to take care of, but the whole depth perception thing is kind of hard to do, so you'll find that you miss them quite a bit. But you defeat 3 of them, and then we can move on. Now, here we have some health recovery and an extra life at the very bottom, so those are always good to have. Now, as we make our way over here, we're finally going to finish this little scrolling section. And we get dragged into the background, where we're going to fight Trouble Brewing once again. We're going to see him quite a bit throughout the game. This is not the last time by far. Now, this is really an interesting boss fight, because we're stuck in the grip of his little mechanical arm there. Now, if you want, you can get the super head in order to hit him a lot here. You really just have to pay attention to where you are, in terms of circling around him, in order to see when you need to fire and which direction. And if you can do it just right, I'm actually kind of surprised I did that. You can actually take him out before he starts his next little cycle. Basically, what he'd do after that is try to like drag you against the ceiling and the floor, and you'd have to fight against him in order to avoid getting hit. Now here you can see we've got another bonus chance, so let's go ahead and take it. And this is going to let us play our second game, where this time the goal has been up to make 10 shots. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me do all of these, so this seems like a perfect place to do a little bit of editing, because this can really take quite a while. It's actually not very easy at all. So I guess I will just meet you once we have gotten 10 shots in and get our next number. And there we go. That's shot number 10. So now we're going to get our second of the 4 numbers. And this one is 5. These numbers are random each time, by the way. I didn't mention it before, but you can't just copy down my code and use it. It doesn't work that way. So, alright. I don't know if we need a refund life or not, but we can take one. No, it didn't look like it. Alright, so let's get going and on to our next little mini-boss here. It looks like we're on the Battle Show, as you can see at the bottom. And this is a pretty cool little introduction sequence. I kind of like this. So here we're basically going to fight a 2-part mini-boss. As you can see, the top part is going to separate away from the bottom, and we're going to have to defeat each of them individually. Now this can be really annoying. This little swinging back and forth thing actually does quite a lot of damage. Like 4 or 5 hits with it maybe, and you're done for. So if you want to get a secret bonus point here, you can destroy the puppeteer first, and that can get it to you. But then it makes the rest of it a little bit harder, because actually the puppet by himself is pretty tough. As you can see, I'm actually taking a lot of hits here. This is definitely not easy by any means. So you just kind of have to learn to get used to their pattern. And they also take quite a few hits too. So, okay, we took that guy out. Now, the puppeteer by himself is pretty easy to deal with, but we actually hit him pretty evenly through there. So, it ended up working out pretty well. Okay, so now as we head to the right, we're actually going to encounter the Keymaster for Act 3. I know it's been pretty quick, but this here is also a pretty interesting boss. I think its name is like Wooden Dresser, so you'll see why in a minute, because as it gets to the left side, it's going to put on little outfits here. You're going to have to kind of take it apart piece by piece based on where Bo tells us to hit. All the other pieces are invulnerable until you take out the piece that Bo's pointing to. I like to get the star head there, because as you can see, it makes things quite a lot easier. And then while the heart is pink in the middle, you can't do any damage, so you just kind of have to wait for it to put on another outfit and then subsequently remove it. Now here what I like to do is sort of lead this thing out to the side, and as you can see there's a time stopper thing here. So you can do this pretty easily and just take those out. Then the weak spot in the middle will be revealed. I didn't want to kill her right there because actually there was yet another outfit that they have. It's kind of like a robot that shoots lasers at you or something, I think. I kind of wanted to show it, but oh well, so we go. I don't think we got enough of those things to get a new continue either, but that's okay. We don't really need it. Okay, so we've now finished up Act number 3, so it's time to just get on through there. I didn't get many of the secret points. I actually don't really know where too many of them are, so... but like I said, that really doesn't matter too much. So now we've gotten the key, and this mysterious pink lady is going to come in once again and take it from us. And Headdy falls for the same old trick. Look at that, man. Alright, so she jumps away. Headdy is once again confused by all this, and now we can move on to Act 4. Now, Act 4 is going to start out with Terminate Her 2, and we're going to get to some pretty interesting platforming here. This is probably one of my favorite acts, I would say. We have this thing here that we can hit, and it will cause these things to roll around depending on where they move to, and we can hit it again to open the path. So it can be kind of confusing to figure out what you need to hit and where you need to, move the land around to, but actually it's pretty easy, because if you get to a part where you can't go forward, just hit the thing, and it'll let you move on. Once we get here, we can jump on through the floor and head on up. Then over here, where we're going to hit this thing, and that will cause us to sort of go back into the background here and continue to the right. Now here, there's actually a pretty interesting little technique you can use on this mini-boss, and this will also give us a chance to show off a new head. If you go back to the left here, we're actually going to pick up the bomb head real quick, and then head over to the right. Now what this thing does is it explodes after a set amount of time. You can throw it, and then basically just hope the enemy is there when it explodes. And that'll let you do a bunch of damage against this thing. I think it's called like Mondo Mars, but if you do the bomb and then a few more hits, you can take it out before it gets a chance to do anything, which is probably what you want to do. Okay, so now we can continue on to the right. If you fall into the pits here, it's worth mentioning, you actually don't die, you just take damage. So that's kind of a nice, convenient thing, I guess. It sort of made the game a little bit easier that way, I'd say, but it would get really frustrating later if that was the case, so... So here we just gotta move the steps out in order to make a little stairway for us to get through. Now let's get to the top. I don't really think it matters what head you pick here, because you don't really even need it for anything. We're gonna head over to the right, pull this thing, and then be taken back into the actual scene again. So, yeah, like I think I said before, they do play a lot with the stage aspect, and it's really cool. It's another thing that makes this game so unique, I think. So here we need to hit these guys and sort of skewer them on that little pole, which is a little mean if you ask me, but I mean, they turn all blue and everything. It kind of makes me feel bad for them, but well, we need them anyway. And if you want, you can come back over here to the left once you reach the top, jump across, and there'll be an extra life here for you. Okay, let's see. We can refill our health, which I don't really even think I need because I haven't taken a hit. Now here we're going to have to, quote-unquote, fight this tank. What you want to do is wait for it to shoot, hit it up there, and eventually the little cannonball will drop on it. Sometimes he'll shoot, like, just straight down at you, and in that case you kind of have to wait a little bit before you get another chance, but it's the same strategy either way. Now here we're going to have to move this thing over in order to let the water come out of the drain there. And if you want a secret bonus point, you can also destroy this thing by hitting it from the top. You could also, I think, get a secret bonus point by destroying one of the tank's cannonballs. So just keep that in mind if you're going for that kind of thing. So let's head back to the background again and go to this section. Now here, it's probably a good idea to get the hammer because, well, see, I fell right there. And that's kind of an annoying jump. If you want, you can hit that thing and make it swing around, but it's kind of annoying. You probably want to hit this thing in order to reverse the direction in order to make these guys be coming at you, not facing you. Because otherwise, they can be a real pain. And then you can just take them all out with one shot from the hammerhead. I think they take two with the normal, so that's probably why you would want the hammer one there. Now we're going to move on to Mad Mechs, and the platform is going to start getting a little bit more difficult here. We got another bonus chance, so we're definitely going to take that, and that will mark our third number. But once again, the goal is going to be increased to making 15 shots, so it's around this time that it can start getting a little bit hard to do, and also take a while. So I'll see you after we do that. And there's basket number 15. Alright, we finally finished that one up. We have made all 15 shots, didn't even lose one of the basketball things, which is awesome. So now the number we need to remember is 9. So if you remember, so far the numbers we have are 2, 5, and 9. So just keep that in mind. I've got it actually written out on the notepad right beside my my window right here. So Okay, so now let's get back to the actual level. Once again, we have a couple different paths we can take. We can go down to the bottom right, or use this thing to our left and go on up. That's the one I'm going to do because it's the easier one. You want to swing this thing around so you can get on the platform and then make your way up here. That would have been cool if I could have stayed up there, but... Alright, whoa, okay, yeah, that happens sometimes too. Looks like we're going to have to sort of take the lower path for a second. We can ride on these things that are spinning around and then make your way over to the other one. That can be a little bit tricky. Now here we're going to have to make our way up using that thing. And if we want, we can take the hammerhead. Obviously, the blocks with the hammer on them can only be destroyed with the hammerhead, so just keep that in mind. We're actually going to need to keep the hammer for a little while, so we're going to refill it. And then head over to the right, break this thing. Now here we're going to have to swing some more. That didn't really work too well. There we go. Holy crap. That can be kind of hard to get on and stay on, but as you can see, we need to break those blocks in order to get over to the exit. So you can do it from the left side. It's really not too big of a deal. Then head over to the right and into Mad Max 2. Yeah, the fourth act is definitely where things start getting more tricky. Now here we're going to have to hit these things in order to sort of make our way around. If you're taking a hit at this point, you can refill your life right there. And just make sure that one of those things doesn't accidentally swing the thing around and, you know, drop you into a pit. That would be bad. I guess we'll take the hammer. I don't think it really matters, but... now, these things will shoot little balls that, as you can see, as soon as that does, will actually swing the thing. So just make sure you're paying somewhat close attention. And if you want, you can get some point bonuses there, which is nice. We've also got this. I guess we can show how to deal with it in case you went the other route. If you want, you can hit this thing, which will stop it for a minute, and then you can make your way on through. I think, yeah, it does eventually reactivate, but you can also have a little bit of fun by swinging around in the middle here. The camera also messes up quite a bit sometimes if you swing around on these too much. As you can see, we're like right near the top of the screen, but that's just kind of why I like taking the bottom path a little bit more anyway. Okay, now here we're going to see this Bino guy is going to come down and doing some window washing. So if we want, we can just keep hitting him until eventually he goes away. It takes a few hits, and he moves around quite a bit. Just make sure you hit him whenever you can. He'll drop down again. And we take care of him. I kind of feel sorry for the poor guy, but hey, we get bonus points for it, so... Alright, now this act is interesting because as we go to the right, Bo's going to come up and say, "Look, Headdy, no Keymaster." Oh, well, that's convenient. Heather beat you to it, but now she's gone too. Okay, well, that's going to do it for Act 4. Yeah, it's kind of anticlimactic with the no Keymaster thing, but anyway, this looks like a pretty good place to stop once again, so after this point bonus total, we are going to enter into Act 5, I believe we're at. I've already lost count, but we're going to do that and make some more progress. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yes!